Heading to Seville, Spain train station to go to Granada, Spain. But first, snacks. Gotta hit the cafe up to get me a little bite to have on the train because, oh Lord, I cannot be hangry. But this train ride was so much better than my horrible experience going from Lisbon to Porto, which was all my fault. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you click the link in the description to see how that went. But it's so important to take some slow travel when you're doing long-term travel. Airplanes constantly is exhausting, and trains is just so much more relaxing. So this train experience was a lot different than going from from Lisbon to Porto. See, it was actually security checks, a lot more organized. Like if this would have been like how it was, this checkpoint would have been how it is in Seville, then I would have never gotten on the train. So I'm glad it wasn't that way because I would have probably just had to wait another day. But a lot less stressful, very smooth. Could look at the screen and see where my destination was. Y'all remember from Lisbon to Porto, it was not like that. So in my seat, think 3 hours to I get to Granada. I just kicked back, listened to some Nipsey Hussle, and just thought about all of my travels thus far. When you are traveling, what is on your playlist? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear who's your favorite artist, favorite song. So maybe I can add it to my playlist. But I just enjoy looking at all the beautiful scenery. Okay, so the train ride from Seville, Spain to Granada, Spain was very relaxing and smooth. Complete difference from me taking the train from from Lisbon to Porto. That was probably because I booked the train on the wrong day, so I didn't have a seat for a minute, and it was just confusion the whole time traveling, even in the train station in Lisbon. Seville's train station, as I just showed y'all, was a lot smaller than the first train station experience that I had, so it wasn't making a lot of stops. That means when I looked on the screen, my destination to Granada was the final destination, so I didn't have to guess or walk around and ask people for help. I was not expecting for me to actually have to put my bags through like a screening, because in Lisbon you didn't have to do that, and also you have to like stop at like a ticket counter here before you can go on to your train. So I'm in Granada right now, but it was the same setup when I was in Seville. So I guess Portugal is a little different. I'm not sure. When I got off at Porto, I didn't see any like ticket stands like this too. So it's like a little security screening, and then you go stop at the ticket stand again to make sure you're going on the right train. The biggest difference was just a little bit of confusion on this smaller train. The numbers for the car that you were entering was not clear. You had to really look. So when you are taking a train, your ticket has a car number on it, and this train is clear. You can see 1 on that door, but on my train that I was on, it did not have that. It was very hard to kind of see it, and I'm gonna show you in a second. Okay. Well, I gotta move so I can't show you, but you couldn't really see it. So I guess you gotta clear out at a certain time. But what I do like about taking the train is that you can take the food you want to take with you, your water bottle with you. You don't have to worry about buying a whole bunch of stuff, so that makes it a little bit easier. So let me get in here and try to find some food, and I'm getting kicked out, so I'll hop on in a minute. All right, so I was getting told to move out the way because they were cleaning the train, so we're getting ready to clean the train. So one thing that I was saying was I like taking the train because I don't feel like I have to rush as much. Like, you can get to your platform like 10 minutes before it depart. You're not going through like TSA. Well, they don't call it TSA here, but like a version of TSA. You're not going through any of that. I'm in the sun, so I gotta take this jacket off. So you save time there. And even when I was in the States, I always had like this rule of thumb: if it was gonna be like if it was a 5-hour drive, I was definitely gonna drive, because by the time I go to the airport to go through TSA, go wait at the gate, wait and do all of that stuff. And I didn't believe in checking bags because of the wait time. I'm like, I could have just been there driving. So then I bumped it up to 6. I used to do a lot of long distance driving in the States anyway, but I just value my time, and I'm like, well, I value my time and I'm impatient. So that's one thing. But I was saying I really like the fact that I can bring my own food on there. Even though I only brought something light, I don't have to be like, oh, let me dump this water out, let me get rid of this, because I can't bring this on a plane. You can take food through TSA, but this drinks, liquids, I don't have to worry about going through and checking a bag because of certain size of my lotions and stuff. So that's another reason why I took the train here. It was actually just 2.5 hours, so it was like extremely convenient. So I'm like, why not? Now when I got here, well, let me back up. So I am still waiting for a package that my mom shipped to me several weeks ago that is containing my new phone that I'm waiting for. I like to have a backup phone, and my debit card. Still ain't got it. It's been a few weeks. USPS sent it back. It got sent back through customs. Now I'm waiting for it to come through DHL. So long story short, I had ran out of euros. Like, I was down to my last. I can use my credit card, but I don't want to take a cash advance on it. So I've been very lucky and finding places that, like, if it don't take card, like for water, for example, I have to go find places for water if I'm out when it's hot, because if you only mind a bottle of water, they not trying to take a credit card for that at places. So I found a 20 in my wallet, so I exchanged it at the train station. You can see behind me is the exchange place. So inside I did 20 USD, only got me back 15 euros and 58 cents. So definitely wish I would have found that 20 when I was in Lisbon, because I had a better exchange rate and they didn't charge fees. It was a higher 1-for-1, but it is what it is. But my first impressions of Granada is it reminds me of Arizona and again California. It's hot here, but not as hot as Seville was. A lot of just beautiful mountains, and you see different valleys. I'm gonna turn around and see if you can see it behind me. But pretty much what I was showing on the train is what you see here. So I'm happy because they have a metro in Granada. So y'all know I love me some metros. So let me get across here and hop on the metro to get to my Airbnb. It is showing that it's only 4 minutes away. It is almost 1 o'clock, so I still have a couple hours to check in. But this train station in Seville, in Granada, is very small, so I'm not gonna stay in here. There is a restaurant here, but I'm like, let me just wait. I'm not dying of hunger. I said I was starving, but I can make do. I'm gonna drink some more water, sit here, practice my patience. You should be happy to hear that, Mom. And I'm gonna get to this Airbnb, so I will show y'all what it looks like in a moment. Well, I read Google Maps wrong because it was not a metro to get me there, but a bus. So I walked like 2 minutes to the bus stop, and I'm like, I ain't about to do this. Came back to the train station, grabbed me a bite to eat. I'm gonna just sit here and wait for an hour and get my Uber and go to my Airbnb, because me and buses, metros all day, but the buses, listen, I got stories about buses. I don't got time for that today. I just want to get to my Airbnb in one piece. My Uber ride to my Airbnb was pretty quick, truly the calm before the storm, because I had to cancel my Airbnb because I hated it. You guys, it was the worst Airbnb experience ever. Stay tuned to my next video where I share my Airbnb and how I got a refund. Be sure to share this video if you care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.